First, welcome to the video. Second off, most importantly, hey, welcome to part 2 of reacting to the Torture Poets Department by Taylor Swift herself. I listened to the first part of the album when it dropped on April 19th at midnight, and while it was happening, Twitter and everybody else involved was sleuthing, and something's gonna happen at 2 a.m. and everybody get excited for what's gonna happen at 2 a.m. I finished recording at about 1:30. 2 a.m. came along, and then the Torture Poets Department, the anthology dropped, which I was under the impression that the surprise at 2 a.m. was gonna be like maybe bonus tracks or merch, and not a whole other album. I'm not complaining. Very much not complaining. However, that is why there's a part 2 to this video, because there's no way I could have reacted to the length of 2 full albums in one night. So welcome to the Torture Poets Department, the anthology. We have 15 more songs. Oh my god, I can't believe that's a sentence that I get to say out loud. And it has been a couple days since the standard edition of the album was released, so I have been avoiding these songs like the plague, so we could do it together. If you haven't seen the first part of me reacting to the standard album, I'll be linking that in the description. Definitely go give that a watch. But if you have, or you're just more interested in the latter half of this mastery, let's get into it. Now, to my understanding, I think 4 of these tracks have been released on the different variants of the vinyls, but I don't think any of those songs are my claims before listening. I'm Gonna Get You Back stands out to me heavy. I have heard good things about So High School and Thank You, AIMee. Let's find out. Starting with The Black Dog.
I am someone who until recent events you shared your secrets with, in your location you forgot to turn it off.
So we're trying to make me cry right off the bat. I get it. Okay, I need to start over. I wasn't expecting that whatsoever.
I just don't understand how you don't miss me in The Black Dog when someone plays the starting line and you jump up, but she's too young to know this song that was intertwined in the magic fabric of our dreaming. Old habits die screaming.
What the f***? There is something that I love so much about the Torture Poets Department that after giving the first part quite a few listens, it really is the blend of a couple different genres coming together, because you have these really bassy synths mixed with like acoustic guitar on top of it. It's a little subtle most of the time, and also like this orchestral instrumental that's in quite a few of these songs as well, that when you blend it all together, it creates this really cinematic experience that kind of stretches through the entire album, and I feel like that's exactly what we're getting with the anthology as well.
And I may never open up the way I did for you, and all of those best laid plans you said I needed.
Best laid plans? We know that lyric, girl. Don't think we don't know.
How you don't miss me in the shower, and remember how my rain-soaked body was shaking. Do you hate me? Was it hazing for a cruel fraternity I pledged, and I still mean it? Old habits die screaming, and I hope it's shitty in The Black Dog when someone plays the starting line and you jump up, but she's too young to know this song that was intertwined in the tragic fabric of our dreaming. 'Cause tail between your legs, you're leaving. I still can't believe it, 'cause old habits die scream.
Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. That breath at the end was not fair. This song is so good. Oh my god. These speakers in my ears, I mean my headset, is not loud enough. I need that to vibrate my brain. It's gonna be hard to beat that. I'm feeling the same way about this song that I felt about But Daddy I Love Him on I can't even speak, on the standard album, that like, you know, you hear a song and then it's really gonna be difficult to beat that. That's how I'm feeling about The Black Dog. And that's the first song out of 15, dude. I'm so excited. We're gonna keep on going into I'm Gonna Get You Back.
Lilac short skirt.
Oh my god. I know I said it in the last video, but you have to go into this album with zero expectations because everything that I have heard has been the farthest from anything that I could have expected from this album. I really thought we were gonna end up getting a whole ass album of just acoustic ink and quill type songs. But these productions are sending me to the moon.
Lilac short skirt, the one that fits me like skin. Did your research, you knew the price going in. And I'll tell you one thing, honey, I can tell when somebody still wants me. Come clean, standing at the bar like something's funny, bubbly. Once you fix your face, I'm going in. Whether I'm gonna be your wife or gonna smash up your bike, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. Whether I'm gonna curse you out or take you back to my house, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. I hear the whispers in your eyes, I'll make you wanna think twice. You'll find that you are never not mine. Small talk, baby.
Oh my god. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm starting to realize I've had this narrative about Taylor Swift through all of my reacting to Taylor Swift videos, which if you didn't know, we have a series here on the channel in which I react to all of Taylor Swift's owned discography, and I'll leave that playlist in the description in case you want to check any of those videos out. But I say pretty regularly that she has this gift to be able to crawl into my mind and find whatever traumas, whatever fears, whatever thoughts are going on and write whole 5-minute songs about them. But I'm also starting to realize that as her career progresses, the genres and the productions and the artistry and the music that she's making is so up my alley every single time. I could talk about this for hours, but there's nothing more that I want right now than to keep listening to this goddamn song.
Act like I don't care what you did. I'm an Aston Martin that you steered straight in.
Dude, you just saw how that faked me out in the realest way. I'm losing my mind a little bit, actually. This album is doing it to me. Ew, that sounds horrid. It's making me feel things. That also doesn't sound good.
Whether I'm gonna be your wife or gonna smash up your bike, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. Whether I'm gonna flip you off or pull you into the closet, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. I hear the whispers in your eyes, I'll make you wanna think twice. You'll find that you are never not mine. I can feel it coming, humming in the way you move. Push the reset button, we're becoming something new. Say you got somebody else, say I got someone too. Even if it's handcuffed, I'm leaving here with you. Bygones with
That was crazy.
I'm poison either way. Whether I'm gonna be your wife or gonna smash up your bike, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. Whether I'm gonna curse you out or take you back to my house, I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get you back. That you were never not mine. I'm gonna get you back.
A bop. The bop. I don't know what else to tell you. Next is the Albatross.
Wise men once said wild winds are.
I don't know if this is gonna resonate with anybody, but this sounds like Life is Strange. If you know, you know. Anyway.
They tried to warn him about her. Cross your thoughtless heart, only liquor anoints you. She's the albatross, she is here to destroy you. Wise men once said, one bad seed kills the garden, one less temptress, one less dagger to sharpen. Cross your thoughtless heart.
Does that not sound like, what am I thinking of? Castles crumbling, I'm not trying to hold on. Wide Awake, Katy Perry. Sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted.
The devil that you know looks now more like an angel. I'm the life you chose and all this terrible danger. This terrible danger. So cross your thoughtless heart. If she's the albatross, she is here to destroy you.
Wow. Not that I think that the first part of the album is not mature, but there is such a heightened sense of maturity in a very, I don't want to say dark or cynical, but a very hurt way. You know what I mean? Like a mature in a way that like you had to grow up too fast. That kind of mature. It's mature, but it's also like angry and sad. 3 for 3 in the anthology so far. They've all had that vibe. That like, even like I'm Gonna Get You Back, it's like upbeat, but it carries this, I don't know, this energy about it. I'm so excited for the rest of these songs. Starting with the next in line, Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus. Are we gonna find out? We have 3 minutes and 33 seconds to see.
Your hologram stumbled into my apartment, hands in the hair of somebody in darkness, named Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus, and I just watched it happen. If you wanna tear my world apart, just say you've always wondered. You said some things that I can't unabsorb. You turned me into an idea of sorts. You needed me, but you needed drugs more, and I couldn't watch it happen. I changed into goddesses, villains and fools, changed plans and lovers and outfits and rules, all to outrun my desertion of you, and you just watched it. If you wanna break my cold, cold heart, just say I loved you the way that you were. If the glint in my eye traced the depths of your sigh down that passage in time, back to the moment I crashed into you, like so many wrecks do, too impaired by my youth to know what to do. So if I sell my apartment and you have some kids with an internet starlet, will that make your memory fade from this scarlet maroon like it never happened? And if you wanna tear my world apart, say you'll always wonder. Will I always wonder?
The way that she switched it up at the end is actually so rude. Instead of asking them to tell her if they ever wondered, to then her flipping it on the other end, knowing that she's never really gonna know the answer or ever hear from that other person, I love you the way that you are or the way that you were, and always being in a position of wondering. I will cry right now. Moving into the next track, I am begging for it to be not as heartbreaking, or you might actually witness me spiral. It's called How Did It End? Stop. Remember what I said about this album being so cinematic? This is a perfect example of that.
Come one, come all, it's happening again. The empathetic hunger descends. We'll tell no one except all of our friends. We must know. How did it end?
That piano and her vocal is so hauntingly gorgeous. I would listen to an hour long of just that.
We were blind to unforeseen circumstances. We learned the right steps to different dances and fell victim to interlopers' glances. Lost the game of chance, what are the chances? Didn't you hear they called it all off? One gasp and then how did it end?
Ooh, this is really ouch. Because we hear a lot about people talking about Taylor's relationship in the scope of the public eye and how fixated so many people, like including her fans, including tabloids, all of it. Like so much of her career has been based around who she's in a relationship with. Even now, so many people talk about her being in a relationship with Travis Kelce and the impact that that has on her music or will have on her music. Looking at her and her art through the lens of who she's dating, which I think there's a clip from an interview a long time ago that I'll insert here if I can find it, that paints it out just so truthfully.
And then you're gonna have people who are gonna say, oh, you know, like she just writes songs about her ex-boyfriends. And I think frankly, that's a very sexist angle to take. No one says that about Ed Sheeran. No one says it about Bruno Mars. They're all writing songs about their exes, their current girlfriends, their love life, and no one raises a red flag there.
She took that premise and just made it even more heartbreaking, and I would dare to say even more real, that it's not just outsiders, it's not fans, it's not just the tabloids, it's not just news articles or whatever, it's also like people in her own life.
My beloved ghost and me, sitting in a tree, D-Y-I-N-G. It's happening again. How did it end?
Wow, that's so heartbreaking. I would go as far to say it's one of her most heartbreaking songs ever. And she taps into this level of heartbreak that is so reflective and introspective. That's when it gets really sad. If we keep going down from here, I might have a mentee be on cam. Let's cross our fingers that So High School does not keep going down. I mean, if that's the road we're meant to be on, Taylor, take me away. But there's only one way to find out. Oh, shut up. In the last video, and I'm pretty sure in videos before, I talked about how well a rock album would suit Taylor. And I hear a song start out like Clara Bow or So High School, and I think this is exactly what I mean.
I feel so high school.
I can't even speak. I can't even look at you. Don't look. This is what I mean. I have wanted a song like this. This is how I thought about Electric Touch too. This grungy, punky, rocky sound. Give it to me now. I'm about to freak the f out.
I feel so high school every time I look at you, and in the blink of a crinkling eye, I'm thinking our fingers entwined, cheeks pink in the twinkling lights. Tell me about the first time you saw me. I'll drink what you're thinking. I'm high from smoking your jokes all the night. The brink of a wrinkle in time, bittersweet 16 suddenly. I'm watching American Pie with you on a Saturday night. Your friends are around, so be quiet. I'm trying to stifle my sighs, 'cause I feel so high school every time I look at you, but look at you. Are you gonna marry, kiss, or kill me? It's just a game, but really I'm betting on all three for us to get my truth, dare, spin bottles. You know how to ball, I know Aristotle. Brand new, full throttle. Touch me while your bros play Grand Theft Auto. It's true, swear, scouts on
Oh my god. I'm about to cry.
full throttle. You already know, babe. I feel like laughing.
Also, I love how similar that like staggering guitar chord sounds to the intro to Hits Different.
Bittersweet 16 suddenly I'm watching American Pie with you on a Saturday night. Your friends are around, so be quiet. I'm trying to stay on my side 'cause I feel so high school every time I look at you, look at you. Truth, dare, spin bottles. You know how to ball, I know Aristotle. Brand new, full throttle. Teach me where your bros play Grand Theft Autos. True, swear, Scott's honor. You know what you wanted and boy you got it. Brand new, full throttle. You already know, babe. You already know, babe.
God, I think it's my new favorite. On the whole album. All of it. There's also something to mention about this imagery that she's presenting of the kind of relationship this is. And that's why it like makes me emotional to think about like entering a relationship and you're brought back to this high school age innocence or naivete, really, where you're so head over heels. The rose-colored glasses are on, and you're just having so much fun and so much enjoyment. That person is your whole world. It is so high school. It's that level of like honeymoon phase where it feels like that phase could last forever. And I could cry right now. Like I feel it. This one's a good one. Next one is called I Hate It Here. Okay, I think we're making a left turn. We are on the So High School highway and we are making an exit. We're switching lanes into I Hate It Here.
Quick, quick, tell me something awful, like you are a poet, trapped inside the body of a finance guy. Tell me all your secrets, all you'll ever be is my eternal consolation prize. I hate it here, so I will go to secret gardens in my mind. People need a key to get to, the only one is mine. I read about it in a book when I was a precocious child. No mid-sized city hopes and small town fears. I'm there most of the year 'cause I hate it here. I hate it here. Lucid dreams like electricity. The current flies through me and in my fantasies I rise above it. And way up there, I actually love it. I hate it here, so I will go to secret gardens in my mind.
That one was insane. That one was made for the grew up in a small town, lost in life, unknown of belonging girls. Anyone who feels no matter where they go, at what time, it's not going to feel right. Or they've been conditioned because of the area that they either grew up in or are stuck in, conditioned to believe that no matter where they go, they're just going to hate it there. And the only place that doesn't feel that way are only in your mind. Okay, that's going to send me somewhere if I keep talking about it. Okay, we're moving into Thank You, AIMee, which is one that I have heard much discussion about. And by taking a look at the title, you can infer who this song might be about. Let's find out.
When I picture my hometown, there's a bronze spray tan statue of you. And then she wrote headlines in the local paper, laughing at each baby step I take. And it was always the same searing pain. But I prayed that one day I could say, all that time you were throwing punches, I was building something. And I couldn't wait to show you it was real. Scream fuck you, AIMee, to the night sky as the blood was gushing. the scars, there's a moment of truth that there wouldn't be this if there hadn't been you. And maybe you've reframed it, and in your mind you never beat my spirit black and blue. I don't think you've changed much, and so I changed your name and any real defining clues. And one day your kid comes home singing a song that only us two is gonna know is about you. 'Cause
that's crazy. That's crazy. The bridge of that song is insane. No, I love the imagery of, look at all of the damage you did to me and all of the ways that still affects me now. But I also can't ignore how you made me heal. Switching the perspective that because you did these bad things to me, it forced me to heal into a stronger person. There wouldn't be this if there hadn't been you. That line is... That's free therapy, dude. Yeah, that's wild. I'm running out of words. She's saying them all. That leads into I look in people's windows.
I had died the tiniest death. I spied the catch in your breath. Out, 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 out. Northbound, I got carried away as you boarded your train. South, 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 south. I look in people's windows, chance fixed by rose golden glows. They have their friends over to drink nice wine. I look in people's windows in case you're at their table. What if your eyes looked up and met mine one more time? I look in people's windows like I'm some deranged weirdo. I attend Christmas parties from outside. I look in people's windows in case you're at their table. What if your eyes looked up and met mine one more time?
I'm not out here looking at people's windows, but that sentiment of that almost obsessive, not able to let go kind of feeling, she gets it. I said it in the last video. Taylor Swift is a girlie who gets it. We need to talk about it. That sends us into the next track, The Prophecy. Okay, also, this is the second song that has started with a voice counting in that is not her. I Hate It Here is the other one. I wonder if I Hate It Here and The Prophecy are linked in some way. My thought is that the idea of someone counting her in who isn't her is almost like someone guiding, maybe being the thing that's introducing these feelings in these songs. So like, for example, I Hate It Here about being unhappy in your environment and not feeling like you'd be comfortable in any environment. Having that be introduced by a voice that is not hers, counting that in. I'm gonna keep that in mind for The Prophecy, that maybe it's this commentary about an outside force or an outside person causing these emotions in these songs. Or maybe that outside person isn't someone else, but it's a different version of her that isn't authentic. Ooh. Ooh, that's spooky.
Hand on the throttle, thought I caught lightning in a bottle. Oh.
Whoa. Hand on the throttle, thought I caught lightning in a bottle. Didn't she say throttle a couple times in So High School?
Please, I've been on my knees. Change the prophecy. Don't want money, just someone who wants my company. Let it once be me. Who do I have to speak to about if they can redo the prophecy? cards on the table, mine play out like fools in a fable.
Okay, I think this is also an interesting point, that the energy in the story of the prophecy is kind of the antithesis of the alchemy from the first part of the album. The alchemy was, who are we to fight the alchemy? Who are we to fight against this relationship? Where in this story, she is begging to whoever could hear her to change the prophecy. If you just take out the terms alchemy and prophecy and you just talk about like the way things are, or the way things are destined to be in the first half of the album, what power do we have to change what's before us and change what's destined for us? So it's an act of like acknowledging and embracing. Whereas in this one, in this track, it's what power do I have, or does anybody else have, that I can inhibit to change this? It's a super interesting flip of perspectives.
Slow is the quicksand, poison blood from the wound of the pricked hand. Oh, still I dream of him. Please, I've been on my knees, change the prophecy. I'm so afraid I sealed my fate. No sign of soulmates, I'm just a paperweight in shades of grayish. Spending my last coin so someone will tell me it'll be okay.
Calling herself a paperweight just hit me in the heart in a way that I wasn't ready for. The idea of a paperweight is quite literally just to hold paper down. That's all that it does. It just holds down. And thinking about identifying yourself with something that just holds something else down, like in situations in which someone's in a relationship, simply for that fact, to be in a relationship, to be held down, to use someone like that, and then to have her recognize herself in a way that she identifies with that. I'm just here to hold you down, and that's all you want from me. I can't do this.
Guess a lesser woman would have lost her. A greater woman wouldn't say. But I looked to the sky and said,
I looked to the sky and said, please. Okay, I'm emotional. But we have 5 songs left to get through, and 3/5 of them are names. The first of which being Cassandra. There's a lot of names on this end of the album. Chloe, Sam, Sophia, Marcus, AIMee, Cassandra, and spoiler alert, the other ones are Peter and Robin that we haven't gotten to yet.
I was in my new house placing daydreams, patching up the crack along the wall. I pass it and lose track of what I'm saying, 'cause that's where I was when I got the call. When the first stone's thrown, they're screaming. In the streets, there's a raging riot. When it's burn the bitch, they're shrieking. When the truth comes out, it's quiet. So they killed Cassandra first, 'cause she feared the worst and tried to tell the town. So they filled my cell with snakes, I regret to say. Do you believe me now? When the truth comes out, it's quiet. It's so quiet.
First of all, the way she said quiet at the end was very, I can see you. No connection, just observation. But this song is so witch trials. And again, it's also giving like Mad Woman energy, but like cinematic times 100. I feel like Mad Woman is a very intimate song, and Cassandra has like the same intimacy in an emotional way, but the production and the world that this song lives in is so much more expanded, which takes us into the second to last name track, which is Peter.
Forgive me, Peter, my lost fearless leader, in closets like cedar, preserved from when we were just kids. Is it something I did? I thought it was just goodbye for now. You said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Said you were gonna grow up, then you were gonna come find me. Words from the mouths of babes, promises, oceans deep, but never to keep. Are you still a mind reader?
Oh my god, this entire time, like, I promise I'm paying attention, but there's a certain part in the piano instrumental that I'm like, why does this sound so familiar to me? This sounds like Terrible Things. Is that Mayday Parade? It is Mayday Parade. Anyway, sorry.
And I won't confess that I waited, but I let the lamp burn as the men masqueraded. I hoped you'd return with your feet on the ground. Tell me all that you've learned, 'cause love's never lost when perspective is earned. And you said you'd come and get me, but you were 25 and the shelf life of those fantasies has expired. Lost to the Lost Boys chapter of your life. Forgive me, Peter, please know that I tried to hold on to the days when you were mine. But the woman who sits by the window has turned out the light, but never to keep.
Aw, that one's sad. Thinking about relationships that you have with people like that at one point in both of your lives, it's so easy to say, I'm gonna go work on myself and then I'll be a better person for you. Just to realize that not only is that, you know, most likely not gonna happen, but when someone goes and works on themselves and becomes a different person or a different version of themselves, most of the time for the better, then at that point, you know, you're just in different places altogether, that it doesn't necessarily make sense for you to be in each other's lives anymore, because you've just grown into different people in different situations. And that's okay, and that's a good thing, because everyone's better for it. But, you know, holding on to, like, how she's saying, you said you were gonna grow up and then you said you were gonna find me. Ouch. If I keep talking about this, like, I'm gonna lose my mind. Which takes us into the bolter.
By all accounts, she almost drowned when she was 6 in frigid water. And I can confirm she made a curious child, ever reviled by everyone except her own father. Started with a kiss, oh we must stop meeting like this, but it always ends up with a town car speeding at the drive one evening. Ended with the slam of a door, then he'll call her a whore. Wish he wouldn't be sore, but as she was leaving, it felt like breathing. All her fucking lives flashed before her eyes. It feels like the time she fell through the ice, then came out alive. She's been many places with men of many faces. First they're off to the races and she's laughing, drawing aces, but none of it is changing. That the chariot is waiting, hearts are hers for the breaking. There's escape in escaping, then came out alive.
Wow, that was cute. I thought when she dropped the father line in the beginning that it was gonna go a different direction and that you were really gonna witness me have the biggest mental breakdown of my life. Okay, second to last song, also the last name track, is Robin.
Long may you reign, you're an animal, you are bloodthirsty. tied to levers, slowed down clocks, tethered all this showmanship to keep it for you in sweetness. Way to go, tiger. Higher and higher for you.
Okay. I would say out of all the tracks, I think I am connecting to Robin the least. Like, it sounds pretty. It's not a bad song whatsoever. I feel like maybe I just need more time with it. And it's a pretty good sign that that's the first song, and it's the second to last one in the entire album, that I have afterwards thought I may need a couple more listens before finalizing my thoughts on that song. But that takes us into the very last one, the manuscript. Okay, this may out me as a theater kid, but to the fellow theater kids, does this not sound like the finale of Dear Evan Hansen? Which makes me nervous for a multitude of reasons.
Now and then she rereads the manuscript of the entire torrid affair. They compared their licenses. He said, I'm not a donor, but I'd give you my heart if you needed it. And the years passed like scenes of a show. The professor said to write what you know. Looking backwards might be the only way to move forward. Then the actors were hitting their marks, and the slow dance was alight with the sparks, and the tears fell in synchronicity with the score. And at last she knew what the agony had been for. The only thing that's left is the manuscript. One last souvenir from my trip to your shores. Now and then I reread the manuscript, but the story isn't mine anymore.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. Because she talks about this album, the relationships that have inspired it. The stories of this album are very much signed, sealed, and delivered. And then to end it by saying it's not mine anymore. Saying that she has moved on from this and she is stronger because of it. That is the Tortured Poets Department, the anthology. I did see a tweet before recording this video that was the greater than meme on Twitter. This image is greater than that image. And I think enough time has passed, making the claim that the anthology was greater than the standard album. And I don't know, I'm kind of there. So much of the anthology is like so up my alley, and it is this darker, grittier, deeper storytelling. And I think ending it with a song like The Manuscript and all of these genres coming into this one album and how they fluctuate and how all these songs kind of intertwine with one another to create this really jarring but beautiful, emotional but enlivening experience from track 1 to track 31, which I'm guessing was the intention to replicate the feelings of this time in her life and to say, here's how the story starts, here's how it ends, here's everything that happened in the middle, and this whole thing is the capsule that holds it all. And this is where it lives, because I am beyond this, and I am happier, and I've grown. So beautiful, so heart-wrenching. I am so happy for and proud of Taylor. But now, the songs that stuck out to me immediately. The Black Dog, I'm Gonna Get You Back, How Did It End? Let's not talk about it. So High School, let's talk about it. That song is everything I could have ever wanted. And if this is the closest we ever get to Taylor doing like a punky, rocky kind of sound, and what I have is So High School and Electric Touch from Speak Now Taylor's version, I am very, very happy. I Hate It Here, thank you aIMee, I Look in People's Windows, a little bit The Prophecy, a little bit Cassandra, and I can't tell if it was just like listener fatigue or if I just didn't necessarily connect with like the last couple tracks, but I would say the only song, maybe songs, that didn't fully land with me on the first listen were Robin and maybe Peter and the Vulture. But nearly every other song in the anthology was hit after hit after hit. Let me know your thoughts on either the standard album or the anthology down in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Let me know any other artists or music you'd like me to listen to, and I'll see you next time.